Today, I spoke to a group of 25 kindergartners to explain to them what I do for a living. So my 6-year-old is very intrigued by the fact that I code. So much so that he's actually wanting to learn to code himself. And I've got him started with Scratch Junior, learning to program through blocks. He's also intrigued by the fact that I work for Netflix. So he asked me if I could come to his kindergarten class and talk about the fact that I'm a software engineer and that I work at Netflix. So of course I was like, yes, baby, mommy will come to your class. The first thing that I did was introduce myself and say that I'm a software engineer. And then I asked the class if anybody knew what a software engineer was. And I asked them to raise their hand if they did. Nobody raised their hand. Not even my own son. Okay, not even my own son, who asked me to come there and talk about being a software engineer. Then I explained that a software engineer explains to computers what to do. I told them that I work at Netflix, and I showed them this Netflix Family Magazine that's free, by the way. Every quarter or so, you can get this Netflix Family Magazine with stickers in it. And I asked them to raise their hand if anybody had ever heard of Netflix. And you can imagine all the kids' faces is like, oh, CoComelon, just super excited. And everybody raised their hands. And then I asked them on which devices do they watch their Netflix. And I got answers that surprised me, because there were kids that were like, oh, I watch it on my tablet. Oh, I watch it on the TV in my bedroom. And then there were kids that were like, I watch it on my Xbox. I'm like, okay, devices. So very impressed. But I explained to them that writing code can explain to any of these devices what to do and what to watch. So when you press the controller on your remote, you press the power button, it tells the TV to turn off. Or when you press buttons in your Netflix account, it tells your videos to play. And so that they loved and they understood. And then I brought out a game. So I had actually asked Twitter for ideas on what to do with a group of 5 and 6-year-olds to teach them about computer science or software engineering or something in the tech space. And Amy Dutton, thank you so much, recommended this learning resources Code and Go robot. I'll show you what the box looks like in a second. But it has this mouse in it, and you have to basically program this mouse with instructions to get to the cheese. So you'll set up a maze, and there's a little magnet inside of the nose of this little mouse. I think it's a magnet. And then when it touches the cheese, then its eyes light up green. You program the mouse through these little buttons, so you can program it to go forward, and you can put in forward 2 times and then go left, and then you press the green button to make it go. And then here's the whole set. So I didn't pull out a bunch of pieces because I don't feel like putting them back, but mainly I'm just gonna clear it, but you press the buttons to tell the mouse where to go. So I'm just gonna tell it to go forward 2 times. 1, 2, and then go. And so the kids just took turns. See? And it lights up. So the kids just took turns setting up mazes and writing the instructions for it. I'm just going to show you one more instruction. So you can see it turn left. And we made mistakes with it, but we learned from it, and they learned how to structure an algorithm. So the kids had a blast. I had a blast. And the first thing that my son said after I picked him up, because this was like first thing in the morning, so I had to come back and pick him up later. First thing he said when I picked him up was, Mommy, you did such a good job. I wanted you to stay in my class all day and teach us everything else. So that made me feel good. And because he was acting kind of like this morning, just a little skeptical about it. So 1, I was proud. 2, I am in the running for being the best mom ever, and I love it.